Oh my god, it's so good. Like
with
I can't express how much I like, because you and me both at least are far enough removed that like when Aaron Yeager was like being a fucking shit heel, we were still like, yeah, he's a bad person though.
oh, and people were still defending him.
Yeah, but like the idea of like propagandized music to the point where it just gets you going, even though you know you shouldn't be like into it. Like this Hans Zimmer fucking track on this Dune 3 trailer, fucking all of the, I know you're not into anime openings, but like all the first three Attack on Titan openings, or the first two at least, are really good. Like I watched a
I like the
video.
first one. It's iconic.
Yeah, I watched a video like a couple of years ago where they were explaining like, yeah, this is like made to make you feel like a sense of like propagandized imperialism, where you're just like rooting or like you're going along with what the characters are going along with, like you're getting swept up in it.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
Red Swan, the third opening, that like slower one, that was supposed to be like a break from it. It's supposed to get you to think like, huh, maybe it's not a good idea for me to just blindly follow. I mean, obviously none of this is real. Like we're not part of that universe, but it like makes you think like, hey, maybe I should like think about this more than just blindly following. It's the same thing with the Dune 3 music in that trailer.
It makes you go, man, I do want to stand up for Paul Atreides, even though he's a monster.
I do wish to follow my white savior that was prophesized by the Bene Gesserit thousands of years ago and written into reality.
All right. Oh, that's a good cold open for us to start. Why don't we tell everybody what's going on? Hey, so we're back. The podcast is back. Every now and then it might be just me and you, but Salem will try to roll in.
Who the fuck is Lawrence Pooh?
Florence Pugh. She's a new Black Widow.
Who the
She's
fuck was she in Dune?
she got engaged. She is basically gonna marry Paul. Remember?
Oh, she's the Emperor's daughter. That's right. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so podcast is back. We're gonna try and make these short now. We're not gonna have a review or anything at the end. Just to kind of we'll kind of do this. Sherm, I had this idea. What do you think? I'm gonna run it by you. I know I'm shooting this off the cuff. We'll do like a last week today kind of a thing. We'll just go over everything I heard or saw last week, and then you can tell me everything you heard or saw last week. Does that kind of work? We can just talk about that for a bit.
Yeah, it's fine. There's not a lot that I saw that you probably also didn't see. It's like the Dune 3 trailer, the fucking Spider-Man trailer. I don't know. I don't think there was much else that came out this week that I was interested in.
Here, I'll start with this one, right? We'll just go from top to bottom.
Oh, hold on. There's a Moana trailer. Hold on.
Is there?
Apparently 10 hours ago from the Disney official channel.
Oh, snap. I did not see that.
Oh, I just want to see how bad The Rock looks.
I can't spell Moana.
Moana.
Oh, that's the thumbnail? That looks so bad. Okay, so we're gonna start with Moana, live action.
Oh.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest, I never watched the original animated one. Is it worth it?
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
Or should I watch this live action?
Probably not. Oh god, it looks so bad.
It looks just like everything else.
You see, like in the animated version, The Rock is fucking like proportioned so ridiculously that you kind of believe it. In this trailer, he just looks like The Rock, and it kind of looks weird.
I was gonna say the thumbnail just looks like The Rock.
The Rock, and we put a wig on him.
Yeah, a bad wig.
Oh, this looks bad.
Yeah, I'm not very much enjoying this.
I will say Moana probably has like top 5 Disney songs in it of all time.
Oh, really? You think so?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Even the Rock song is pretty fucking good.
I've heard that one before. I didn't really think that was him, but apparently, yeah, he did sing his own thing.
Yeah.
You know, I commend him for that. You're right, it's not that bad. But oh man, this does not look good.
Oh, did you get to the CGI crab? Oh, the CGI crab looks bad. Oh no.
I'm watching them on the fake water.
Oh, Disney, why, man? Can't you just make shitty Marvel movies and stop making live action Disney movies?
The worst part about, oh god, they made the chicken look like the cartoon.
Yeah.
What's the point then? Okay.
I don't know. Money.
Yeah, I got to the crab. This just looks like another CGI fest from Disney, which is also in their Marvel movies, and I'm kind of tired of it too.
Yeah. I mean, it's so unnecessary. Like the The originals, I wouldn't say it's my favorite Disney movie. Now that I think about it, I don't even know what my favorite Disney movie is, but it's
Would you
like,
say you enjoyed it?
yeah, I enjoy like the beginning where it's like Moana on the island, like explaining that she has to go out to sea I think she's got an amulet and she's got to like figure out what happened. I don't know, something about her mom. I haven't actually, I don't remember much of it, but like she's got to either her mom died or her dad died and she's got to go out to sea to figure out what happened. Like that first beginning part of the movie up until she meets the Rock, and then the stuff with the Rock is just kind of whatever because they're just going on like a fetch quest to like figure out what's going on with the amulet.
Really? So okay, so
Yeah.
it's pretty good up until a certain point. You're saying. Are you okay? I
First
wonder
part,
if it's like
first part's better than the second part. First half's
okay.
the second half.
Okay, I got you. We should watch that. Kind of like our Iron Man. We did our Iron Man.
I don't know if you want to watch that because you're just gonna have me singing the songs the whole time.
Hey, that's cool with me. I want to watch it with you as an L, Mr. L, as he likes to be called now. But dude, I think my favorite Disney movie, if I'm being honest, it might have to be between Hercules and Mulan.
Mulan's pretty good.
Yeah,
Mulan,
Mulan's pretty goated.
I'll Make a Man Out of You is probably top three Disney song for me of all time.
Oh, definitely. That top three can rearrange on any certain day, but yeah, it's definitely in rotation.
The other one is like Frozen for me, where I don't remember much of the movie, but the music was incredible.
Oh yeah, you couldn't escape Let It Go, but it's not like I was. You remember how everybody used to be like, "Oh my God, turn off Justin Bieber's Baby." Let It Go played about as much, but I never minded it.
No,
It's actually that's pretty decent.
I like Let It Go.
Yeah, it's a pretty good song. Another unnecessary live action remake that includes one of the people who was in the original movie to begin with. That's okay.
I mean, I'd
All
have
right.
to look. That girl might be the same girl too. I don't actually know.
I don't think she is. I think it was an actual like actress.
She might be, or she might not be. Ah, God, that looks fucking awful. Good job, Disney. You've done it again. You had everyone turned around for like half a second when you put out the fucking Spider-Man trailer.
And then you
Well,
immediately
no, yeah, that's
are a hole. I can't say that. Yeah, different actresses, but they kept the rock.
yeah.
They should have gotten like I don't know about you, but in my opinion, they should have gotten like one of the big Samoan guys. That would have been so cool.
I mean, to be fair, The Rock is Samoan.
No, I know he is, but I want like the big Samoan guys. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, let's get fucking Rikishi in there.
Hey, if he looks like actual Maui, then hell yeah.
Rikishi can give fucking Moana the stink face.
All right. Well, can't wait for Moana live action. Actually, there was one thing I wanted to talk to you about. I didn't really want to bring up the Oscars, but there was two things I wanted to talk about with the Oscars, right?
What's that?
Did you see who won Best Animated Film?
It wasn't one of the two that I would have picked, and I'll be honest, there's only one that I would have picked. But I don't know, probably some fucking slot movie like fucking Boss Baby that one year.
No, no Boss Baby this year. K-pop Demon Hunters won, bro. Remember we were talking about that? How Sony was like, "Hey, we don't want this."
Yeah, Netflix with the greatest deal in the century, where they were like, "Yeah,
Literally,
I don't know, we'll pay you a couple mil for this movie. It's probably gonna do nothing."
the steal of the century, in my opinion. They paid probably little to nothing, and Sony did all the work. That is crazy. And I will say, they also won. K-pop Demon Hunters also won achievement in music writing for motion pictures, basically just original song, and it was golden. Yeah, that song was everywhere. Again, a banger.
Yeah, if you ever get time, the lady that voiced Rumi and sung most of the songs, EJ, she did an interview with somebody a couple of months ago where she like explains the process of like how she was working on the music and like all the work she put into it, and then the studio finally asked her to be the lead voice of Rumi. You should watch that interview; it's very good.
I think you may have sent me that, or I may have stumbled it on my own. But yes, I have seen it, and she was just like, okay, like she was really happy about it. Even when she was like a rejected idol, she was a rejected idol member. Yeah, so I'm so happy for her. The other thing I wanted to bring up in regards to the Oscar was, did you see which movie won Best Motion Picture of the Year?
Wait, I feel like yeah, it was probably Sinners, right?
No, Sinners lost to One Battle After Another, that Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Oh yeah, this is what I heard about. Everyone was like, yeah, Sinners probably deserve to win, but they're gonna pick one battle after another.
Yep, Michael B. Jordan did win performance by a leading actor. Now, here's something that we haven't talked about on the pod or online because we weren't active in 2025. We basically disappeared all of 2025. But can you tell people what your problem is with Sinners? Because I just find it so funny. But you have a point.
The fact that like I understand exactly what we're trying to get across in that movie, that the white people are the vampires of the black culture, but man, did it have to be exactly vampires? I fucking
In
hate
your
that.
opinion,
I hate that.
you wish it would have been a different monster, right?
I don't care. You could have made something up. You could have made up some fucking nonsense that no one's ever heard of and has no fucking bearing on anything. And I would have been like, oh, okay, that's fucking sick. But instead they were like, no, they're just vampires. And I was like, oh, come on.
Classic vampires.
Just like the most fucking boring shit ever. Yo, okay, so I never saw this. Apparently there was a sneak peek of the fucking Street Fighter movie. Why does this kind of look okay?
Oh, you seen that? Yeah, Street Fighter's looking like a 6 out of 10 so far.
Well,
Doesn't look
okay,
horrible.
okay. What? I mean, Guile looks pretty bad. I can't say I'm a fan of Cody Rhodes as Kyle. You really only see like a brief second of fucking Roman as Akuma.
Akuma?
But
Yeah.
he doesn't look bad. I'm not mad at it. Dan Delmakian again is way too fucking small to be Bison. But
Yes, I
but
agree. I
he looks
agree.
good. He looks good in the outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at it.
Now, do you think this will blow the Jean-Claude Van Damme one out of the water?
Probably. It's not a high bar to clear.
It's like when the Super Mario animated movie was coming out. Some people were like, "Well, I don't know if it'll top the original Super Mario movies from the '90s." Excuse me, have you watched that movie? That movie's awful.
Who's playing Ryu?
It's the guy from Badlands. No, he's a famous Asian American actor who, when you see him, you're like, oh, that guy.
Hold on. Andrew Koji. Oh, this is the guy from fucking. He was in Bullet Train, I'm pretty sure. He's the dude who.
Yes, he was.
He's on the train. His fucking son's like in the hospital.
He's also new Snake Eyes in Snake Eyes.
Oh, that's okay. I don't want to watch that. Fast and Furious 6, he was in. Okay. He was an undercover police. I mean, I liked him in that I liked him, his brief moments in that Bullet Train movie. That Bullet Train movie's so fucking good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I've watched a couple of clips from, you know how YouTube is always like, hey, here's a bunch of clips from really good movies and TV shows. And I think it's Gangs of London, and he has some pretty good scenes in that.
Who does?
This actor, Andrew Koji.
Oh, okay.
Where because he's like a Asian immigrant in like Ireland or in London or something, and they're being racist and they have to they do a fight. It looked pretty good, and I was like, "What is this?" I could never find it, but it turns out it's Gangs of London or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, Gangs of London. I'll have to check that out.
Oh, he was in Peaky Blinders too.
That's probably where they scouted him from. I
Yeah.
was gonna ask you, do you have any relation to the show or movie Firefly slash Serenity, that space thing from like the mid 2000s with Nathan Fillion?
No, that was before my time. I know people love Firefly and want to reboot, but it never did anything for me. Or I
Okay, I was gonna
never
say.
never seen anything about it.
Okay. I feel like this is something, Salem would just like, oh yeah, I watched that. It was pretty good. I feel like that's something he would just have hidden knowledge of. The only reason I bring it up is because apparently it's getting an anime. quote unquote. It's just going to be an animated like continuation, I bet.
Right.
That's the only reason I brought it up, just to be like, do you know anything about this? Are you fond of this? But yeah, neither you or I are. So
Yeah,
guess we can move on from that.
can't say I know anything about Firefly besides that everyone wants a reboot of that show.
Yeah, everyone's always begging for a reboot. And then, well, who is it? Josh Whedon. He's technically in director's jail right now for all the misconduct he did a while back. So, big
Josh,
yikes.
is that the guy from fucking Big Bang Theory?
Avengers 1.
Was he Josh Whedon? Is that no, I'm thinking of Will Whedon. Never mind.
Yeah, Josh Whedon, Avengers 1 and 2, and half of Justice League 2017.
Look,
Uh,
you can
what's that?
complain about the Justice League all you want. Zack Snyder didn't film an actual movie.
No, he filmed a bloated mess,
Yeah,
which
that's
I've
a good
watched
word
that
for it.
4-hour cut.
I have too. It didn't make it any better. I'll tell you
No,
that.
look, Justice League is a 3, but that Snyder cut is at best, I'm being generous, a 6. That's me being as generous as possible.
Yeah, a 6 is probably fine.
So yeah, I guess Serenity Anime or Animation gonna continue the show for all those Firefly fans.
Oh.
Sad news, Chuck Norris died. Did you ever
Rest in
watch anything?
No, I'm too fucking. I'm not old enough for Chuck Norris, unfortunately.
You know, it's funny you say that because I would wake up for before school,
Yeah.
and I would turn on the TV. Sometimes I'd wake up a little too early, and there'd still be like reruns of Nick at Night or Adult Swim and stuff.
Hell yeah.
And I'd be like, wait, what?
Hell yeah, is fucking not Carlos Mencia. Who's that fucking Mexican actor? Nick at Night.
George Lopez?
Yeah, the George Lopez show. I love the George Lopez show.
Yeah, but sometimes I'd be like, I don't know. Like I watched all this George Lopez stuff. What's on USA? Oh, it's Texas Ranger Chuck Norris. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, and I did watch the movie with Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee in the Roman Coliseum. That was pretty weird.
Yeah.
I don't even remember which one that is, but that was a good scene. Yeah, R.I.P. to a legend. You remember how he was big in 2010 memes?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I went to go watch, was it Expendables 1 or 2 in theaters with my stepdad, and he made a reference meme joke, and I remember being like 12 or 13. I was like, haha, that's so cool looking. I went to go rewatch it after I heard he passed, and I was like, oh, I don't know if this was actually pretty bad. It's kind of cringe.
I mean, I don't know. I never watched the Expendables, but they seem pretty cringe. Like when they were coming out to me,
Yeah,
it's just all
action
those.
vehicles for old men.
Yep.
Yeah, for some reason they have Jason Statham in there, Jet Li for a minute.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's just a bunch of old guys. And then in the third and fourth one, like Megan Fox is in it and Liam Hemsworth is in it. Actually, now that I think about it, that was weird.
Yo, did you see we've returned to Prime Megan Fox?
Yes, I did. Welcome back, Prime Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, we are so back.
I love you, Megan. You were my first crush. You did things to my inner child that I didn't understand in 2007 when you were on Transformers.
She wasn't my first. That was Keira Knightley, but she was definitely up there.
Keira Knightley's so gorgeous, man.
I always say, because people used to like bring up like, oh, fucking, who's fucking
Natalie
Jane?
Portman?
Yeah, people are like, oh, fucking Natalie Portman's so hot. I'm like, Keira Knightley's right there, man. Keira Knightley is brand name, and Natalie Portman is fucking the generic brand.
Both in Star Wars, somehow lost out to Natalie Portman.
I mean, yeah, Natalie Portman just doesn't hold a candle to Keira Knightley. Holy.
Actually, let's talk about these two back to back since Zendaya is going to be in both of them. We both watched the Spider-Man trailer and the trailer. Are you hyped? And which one are you hyped more for?
Dune, just because, like, I don't know. Marvel has to do a lot to win me back at this point, and I don't know if they're ever gonna get there.
Have they burned a little bit too much with you?
Yeah. I mean, the Spider-Man trailer was good, and I saw a lot of people talking about, like, the different storylines they could be adapting. Like,
I think what we saw in the trailer is going to be like a montage. I had that feeling, and then I was watching some YouTube videos, and everybody's saying the same thing. Like it's probably a montage, especially when he's recreating those comic covers.
Yeah, no, that's true. I agree with you there. Also, apparently people saw this trailer and were like so excited because they're like, finally, Peter Parker is broken depressed again.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, you people are weird. Spider-Man's yeah, Spider-Man is like when tragedy hits him, that makes him stronger. But like, you
Well,
guys just want him sad all the time.
I think even you've said it before. Like you hated this version of Spider-Man just because he was just like fucking Tony Stark's fucking sidekick, right?
I
Like
literally
you,
hated this incarnation because he's literally just Iron Spider Boy. Like,
right?
it pissed me off to no end. So yes, I am excited because we're pretty much
Finally,
so far
Spider-Man's
removed.
back. We're so back. He's fucking broken depressed, just like he used to be.
He has to wash his suit in the in the
And
laundromat.
yeah, so
Let's
like
go.
I saw some people saying that so the biggest thing takeaways that I remember were someone said something about they think the man spider's possible.
Yeah.
Do you think there could be man spider?
If they're going with Man Spider, that's kind of a jump, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
like, but it will be cool if they do that, but it's also like imagine if like Christopher Nolan had decided to do a fourth Dark Knight movie and
mm-hmm.
then Man Bat just shows up. Like
Right.
that's how it feels like to me. But you know, it's a fantastical universe. We've seen a purple spaceman with a glove. So yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Yeah, I'm pretty excited still. If we see
Okay.
that giant spider, I'm pretty good.
What do you think about are you excited about the organic webbing coming back? Does that do anything? Does that matter to you?
It doesn't matter because if I'm being honest, I've always known that he's had mechanical web shooters, but
Yeah,
my first introduction to Spider-Man was the first Spider-Man movie. So like, you know, for a good while I thought that was the norm until I learned, you know, it's not.
hmm,
So yeah, it's kind of like the thing where like I was exposed to the organic stuff first, but I've since learned otherwise.
yeah.
But if they flip flop, not really a big thing for me.
Yeah, I saw some people excited that the organic webbing was coming back, and I'm just like, why does this matter to you guys? Like, what's the big fucking deal?
It's really not that big of a deal. You know, it's like Marvel back in the day after the first Spider-Man movie came out, they did a storyline in the comics to try and make Peter have organic webbing, and that's where this whole man spider turning into a cocoon and shit came from to try and justify it,
Right,
which is somehow more ridiculous than Blade, because when the first Blade movie came out, comic Blade was just a normal guy with an afro and a green suit, right? With
right,
wooden stakes going around killing vampires. Then that first movie comes out, and then the comic books were like, have Morbius bite him and turn him into a daywalker.
right.
Also, give him all the leather gadgets and swords and shit. And that became the norm for Blade. And honestly, that's for the better.
Okay, so do you think we're getting Jean Grey in this, or is that who everyone was theorizing? The
That's what everybody thinks that actress is gonna be is Jean Grey, but I don't. I hope not. I hope she's just straight up Mary Jane. But I don't think they'd cast an actress like her straight off of like Stranger Things. You know, the hot property that is Stranger Things.
mm-hmm,
At the time she was cast, you know, I don't
mm-hmm.
think they just get her in for like Mary Jane. You know,
Yeah, I don't. Is there like established stories between Spider-Man and Jean Grey?
no, not really. There's established in the Ultimate Universe. Peter Parker and Kitty Pryde were dating for a while, so he that was his connection to the X-Men there. Also, one of
Right.
his best friends in the Ultimate Universe was the Human Torch, so that was his connection of the Fantastic Four there. But yeah, no, when it comes to the X-Men, he only ever hangs out with Deadpool, and Wolverine. And in the Ultimate Universe, yeah, he dated Kitty Pryde for a minute. So I don't
So
know where everybody's getting all this Jean Grey stuff from.
well, I mean, in the trailer, it kind of makes sense. You have that shot with that like older woman inside the flipped over tank thing, and then it like switches to like one of the soldiers, and then another soldier up on a balcony. So it's like someone is controlling them.
Oh, so you think like oh, so she's like jumping from mind to mind, kind of like Professor X does in a couple of those movies.
Yeah, that's what people are saying anyway. And I
I
mean,
mean,
clearly someone's doing it because they do put it in the trailer. Like it's pretty out. If you skip to like
yeah, I've
147.
I've been actually looking online to see what people were theorizing, and the Jean Grey one. When people started saying, when I saw that Jean Grey was a prevalent theory, I was like, I get where they're going with it, but it just seems so out of place. I don't know.
Yeah, because like that's why I asked you if they had it runs together because otherwise it seems kind of out of place.
Yeah, if it is Jean Grey, it's going to be wildly out of place. But that's if that's the leading theory right now, then I mean, let's just see where it goes. Actually, more Spider-Man news. We'll talk about Dune in a second, but Spider-Verse apparently it's set to come out June 18th, 2027, so next year.
Finally, I
Do
can
you
get my conclusion to my Spider-Verse.
Now, we've watched those two movies together before.
Yeah.
I love that. I love those movies. They're so good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about it. I love them so much. You kind of
yeah.
can't criticize them. I mean, they're beautifully animated, well acted, fucking awesome music, just
Oh,
like
yeah.
near perfect movies.
Something you probably don't care about. That second movie was the music, like, all the hip hop stuff was made by a producer I really like, Metro Boomin. He's the one that started off the Civil War with Drake back when that was a thing, you remember?
You misunderstand.
But
Just because I don't listen to it doesn't mean that I don't like it.
okay.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
all the music. You really can't. It's really hard for you to show me something and have me go, "Yeah, this is fucking ass." It's
Well,
just
I was
I don't get exposed to it in any way. So it's like I have to get exposed to it, and then I go, "Oh, this is nice. I like
okay.
this is
Well, I really enjoyed that soundtrack on Across the Spider-Verse,
yeah
and yeah, his music had a lot to do with it.
yeah
But
it was good.
it says here. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just saying it was good.
Oh, sorry. There's like a delay when it comes to these. I guess doing it over the phone rather than like when I'm on a computer.
Right.
It's almost seamless. Okay, I was gonna say Lord and Miller, the two co-directors.
Yeah.
They say that it's gonna be the emotional climax of the movie. They say it's on schedule and it's gonna be the best one out of the three. They say that the only reason why they split Across Spider-Verse into two movies is because there was too much runtime for it to be one
hmm
movie, so they decided to split into two. But then they realized that their finale, I guess the third one, if they
hmm
really only did what they wanted, then it'd be like a short 45-minute movie. So they had to restructure and rework it,
Right.
and because they want the movie to still stand on its own, have its first beginning, middle, and end.
Right.
So that's really all they were doing this entire time, was trying to figure that out, and they're saying that they figured it out, coming out
Right.
next June.
Yeah, I mean, even when watching it in the theaters for the first time, I was thinking like, oh man, this movie's like long, but I'm excited to keep going. And then it just like ends right after the fucking not Nightcrawler. What the fuck's his name?
The Prowler.
The Prowler stuff with fucking the alternate universe, fucking Miles, and I was like,
Miles, yeah.
I was just like, oh fuck, that's such a good cliffhanger. I haven't had one of these in fucking forever, man. Like a good
True.
a good cliffhanger where you're just like watching the movie, you're like, okay, I still got like an hour left of this movie, and then it just fucking ends. But you're not like mad at it. You're like, oh man, that was good. Like I'm
I
excited.
can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, I'm excited for this. Like, I'm not saying I'm ready for it to end. What I'm saying is like I'm ready for it to I'm ready to see the conclusion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
'Cause that's pretty exciting.
I hope they worked hard to make that 45 minutes they had left into a full movie, because I hope it doesn't feel like rushed and bloated where it's just like, yeah, we just had to add some stuff for content to like pad the runtime.
Like filler. Yeah.
Yeah. The only other what was the other thing I was gonna ask? The only other thing I think I saw for this fucking brand new day trailer. Do you think the Hulk remembers Peter Parker?
People. That's another thing. I think I was listening to the Mr. Sunday Movies Weekly Planet podcast today because that comes out on Mondays.
Yeah.
They were theorizing on there that Bruce Banner may not remember Peter Parker Spider-Man, but if he turns into the Hulk will remember because they're
Right.
two separate entities.
Yeah, well, because
So
you kind of see that in the trailer, because obviously, if Strange never cast the spell, like Bruce would have known exactly who Peter was, and he goes, "What was your name again?" When they're like meeting in the college or whatever.
yeah,
That's
so
another reason.
yeah, I hope.
That's another reason why people were thinking it's going to be like some kind of man spider angle, because they talk about like his DNA changing. Or
Oh, yep.
I think Bruce is saying that anyway. Maybe it was either
Yeah,
Bruce
he
or
did.
Keith David.
Yeah, because there's like a little scene where he's like, if your DNA is mutating, or I think that's the word they use.
Mm-hmm.
But oh,
Okay.
okay, I can
Okay.
see the link.
Last thing. I've heard a lot about. I've seen and heard a lot about these spider totems. Can you explain what a spider totem is?
They're really hard to explain since I've only ever read like the initial miniseries to
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Verse.
Right.
But essentially the spider totems are okay, so I know that there are okay, so there's the web, right, that holds all the Spider-Men together.
Okay, here
Now
I got an
o-
article
okay.
up. So it's the elder goddess Neith, and it's comprised. It's a mystical force called the web of life and destiny. The great weaver, the gatekeeper, the other, the bride, and the scion, the master weaver, and the pattern maker are examples of these deific spider totems. Okay, so they're basically like gods that are like godlike beings that like maintain the web between Spider-Man. That's pretty fucking cool. I hope there's one of those.
Yeah, and in that Spider-Verse story, there are some the villains, dude. I read these things, but I can't even remember them. All I remember from like the what is it, Dark Knight, Batman Dark Knight Metals, is that there's a bat god named Barbatos or something like that, and he holds the like dark multiverse or something. I'd have
Mm-hmm.
to reread it. It's something similar to this goofiness. But yeah, in the Spider-Verse comic, they essentially create the Spider Core because there's like these beings going around pretty much killing spider people because like a vampire needs to feed on blood, these guys can only feed on spider people.
Right.
And that's what I remember from it.
Interesting.
Other than that, I know that Madam Web was involved. Obviously, Spider Gwen was involved.
Yeah,
I
Madam
don't
Web
think.
would probably be like, let me go back to this article. Madam Web would
Well,
probably be
Madam
like,
Web is the one who is pretty much. I'm pretty much. As far as I was aware, I was pretty sure she was the one that guarded the Web of Life. I could be
"Hmm,
wrong. I could be 100% wrong.
oh, let me look here. I'm gonna do some independent research. Cassandra
Here's a
Webb.
Reddit thread from 11 years ago. Somebody asked, "Can someone explain the spider totems?" And then somebody replies, "Spider totems aren't the result of magic spider bites. They are animal spirits, like tribal animal spirits that exist at a multiversal level. They are linked to people who have spider-like powers, obviously including Spider-Man, and some of them are occasionally chosen as avatars of specific totems. For example, Peter Parker was an avatar for the nightmare fuel that was the other. I don't even remember that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I bet Madam Web's probably like a great weaver or a master weaver or a pattern maker, and that sounds something. That sounds plausible. I don't know.
Dude, I hope we get Madam Web and Spider-Verse 3 just to kind of make up for that awful movie.
Yeah, that would be cool. Although I never
And I
watched
hope
Madam Web.
Yeah, I watched it as a goof. Bro, that movie's so weird. Like, it's not even a bad movie, it's just a weird movie. Like, every
Mhm.
choice in making that movie was it's like, who made all these decisions?
Right,
I don't
right.
know, it was pretty baffling. I guess we never really did discuss Dune 3. Me and you watched Dune. Okay, so me, you, and Salem, we watched Dune 1 at my place, and then we went to theaters to watch Dune 2, right? Is
I
that how it
think so.
went?
Yeah, that sounds right.
And I remember you guys liking them, but also being on the fence a little bit. How do you feel now that we're a little bit removed?
I the only thing I always maintained was that in Dune 2 you could tell there were parts that were clearly missing because it felt like Chani went from like not trusting Paul to like being in love with Paul like almost instantly. And
Oh, like
it's like clearly there would be a part in the book where there's like a couple weeks where they romance each other and they fall in love with each other. So like it's clear that parts of it were cut for brevity, which is fine. It's not that big a deal.
for me, I guess I enjoyed how beautiful it looks. I do enjoy Zendaya and Timothy Chalamet's performances. Dude, I always forget Christopher Walken was in that second one.
Yeah, he's the emperor.
Dude, okay. So my thing is, Dune kind of has a story. I'm familiar with it at this point, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of whatever for me, the story. I listened to the audiobook for at least the first two books. Actually,
Mhm.
the first book, and then I got like 1/4 into the second book, and then I stopped listening for whatever reason. So I kind of know what's gonna happen unless Denis Villeneuve changes things up. But when I look at this movie, I'm like, what a gorgeous movie! Like you were saying earlier, music incredible. Hans Zimmer, no, is it Hans Zimmer?
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer just busting out all the stops, and then the cast. Did you just what a cast, dude? That's so crazy. Like it's Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Stellan Skarsgård, bro.
I do like the Skarsgårds.
Dude, I love the Skarsgård. All the Skarsgård family, Empire actors, they're all good in my opinion, even the bad ones.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, like Dave Bautista. Dude, Dave Bautista was in it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then in the second one, surprise, Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, and Christopher Walken.
Hmm.
Like just, and then this third one, just off of the trailer alone, I remember seeing Anya Taylor-Joy and Robert Pattinson. Like, okay, what a great cast. It's like these people are flocking to work on these movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's
It's
almost
like
like, yeah.
it's our, well, I can't say it's our generation because our generation also got Lord of the Rings and Pirates, but it's like a new generation's version of those movies. Because like
Oh yeah,
Dune will never hold a candle to like the original Pirates trilogy and like Lord of the Rings, but it's good enough to where like it brings back that sense of like, wow, this is a big production. And I mean, from what I've heard, like especially with the original like theatrical release of Dune, like it could have been so much worse. We could have gotten such a shittier version of this movie.
that's what I heard too.
So it's like the fact that we're getting like a relatively high quality production of something that's so old and so revered is kind of incredible.
I'm really hoping because I did like the first two movies, and you're right. These Dune, because for one, we already got some of the Star Wars stuff, original stuff,
Hmm.
and then we have a lot of other sci-fi stuff, not necessarily in movies, but like some video game stuff too. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think. What high sci-fi fantasy did we have recently, or have we had? Halo's great, great space epic. So yeah, it's not that we don't have, yeah, it's these are some good looking movies. They have good cast. They won't recreate the feeling of original pirate trilogy or Lord of the Ring trilogy, but yeah, these are some good movies, and it looks like actors actively want to come work on this movie. So that just makes me happy as a viewer, because
Yeah.
I mean, look at Robert Downey Jr. He definitely wasn't getting 10 million to work on Oppenheimer, but they had to give him 10 million just to come back on the Disney lot. So,
Right. Yeah, I'm excited. More excited for Dune than I think I'll be for Doomsday or Spider-Man, but we'll have to wait and see.
I feel that. Here's some news that I found. What was I gonna say? Okay, so here's some news that I was kind of taken aback for. It almost took me by surprise. Apparently, Ryan Gosling has been wanting to play Ghost Rider for a while.
Interesting.
That's what I'm saying. So in this article by IGN, apparently Gosling mentioned back in 2020 that he would like to play Ghost Rider, and apparently Kevin Feige replied, "Hey man, if Ryan wants to be Ghost Rider, Gosling's unbelievable.
Hmm.
Ryan is amazing. I'd love to find a place for him in the MCU." And apparently they've been in talks back and forth, but nothing's come up. So I'm guessing, does Gosling just want to be Ghost Rider to impress his wife Eva Mendes, who was in that Ghost Rider movie? Be like, look, I'm a better Ghost Rider.
I mean, it's not hard. Nick Cage definitely didn't give his best performance in that movie.
He didn't give
And
his best performance, but he did give us a performance. I can't lie about that.
yeah.
But what do you think, man? You think he could be a Johnny K? Johnny Blaze? Blaze?
Oh yeah, I think he could do it. I think
Dude,
there's,
I think, yeah.
I think there's a lot of actors that could pull that role off.
But for him to specifically want Johnny Blaze, so out of left field. But honestly, it's not terrible. You
I
know, the
mean,
MCU technically does have a Ghost Rider.
who's that?
So, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season something had Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider, who
Mm,
is, I think, the fourth Ghost Rider, because he has the car. All the other three have motorcycles.
hmm
So he showed up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know how canon Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is, but yeah, by surprise, Ryan Gosling wants to be Ghost Rider. That's pretty cool with me.
I mean, it seems kind of like a called shot, like when Ryan Reynolds said he wanted to be Deadpool for all those years and kept like pestering the studio to make it happen.
That's true, but you know that's the thing. He did play a bad version of Deadpool, and he was trying to redeem himself by pestering the studio until they finally gave him his shot.
Right.
I don't think Ryan Gosling's gonna be out here like, Kevin, come on, let me ride that motorcycle. Let me make the deal with Mephisto. Oh yeah, by the way, Mephisto first introduced an Ironheart.
Is it the fucking Iron Man spinoff thing?
Hell yeah.
Gross. I hate that. Just for that one line.
What did Tony Stark ever say?
What did Tony Stark ever do? Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of
With a box of
scraps.
scraps. Dude, I think the funniest part about that is that it gives me Boruto vibes. What did my dad ever do for the village?
I mean, I don't even care that much about that because it's like I already think Naruto sucks, so I don't even care. Boruto's a shit kid. Dude, Naruto sucks so much. It's so much fucking blabbering on about how he's fucking the bane of the village and he was so alone for the longest time and he had to work hard. And it's like, no, you fucking didn't. Once you and Kurama fucking made up, you were just like the fucking one of the strongest characters in the universe. Like, it's so dumb. God, I fucking hate Naruto. Like, so many other characters would have been better as the main character than fucking Naruto. Fucking give me fucking 40 episodes of fucking Shikamaru doing shit.
Oh, dude, that would be so cool. You know, he'd be like, this is a drag, but I guess I'll do it.
Fucking, did you know that one scene with Shikamaru and his dad was filler? Like, that wasn't even fucking drawn in the manga.
Yeah,
Why
because it
Man, why do they make garbage and then give us something like that? Like, why can't you guys just make good stuff all the time? Why we gotta pick and choose?
somebody said, hey, I'm actually gonna put effort into this Shikamaru episode. So yeah, just let me cook.
100 men versus Let It Out Boy. Good God, man. What a great scene.
Did you see the Lanterns trailer?
Oh, is this like DC Lanterns?
Yes.
Hold on, let me pull this up. Oh, is this a TV show?
So it's supposed to be an 8 episode miniseries on HBO Max. That's going
Okay.
to be releasing soon.
Okay, hold on. That has potential.
When they were developing the show, they kept referencing what's that one show? True Detective.
Mm-hmm.
They Ever since I heard about this pitch, I didn't really think they were going to do it, but they've been saying they wanted to do a True Detective style murder mystery lantern show. And in my mind, I was like, okay, as long as it's in space. If you watch the trailer, they're in some little rinky dinky town, it looks like.
What is DC and Warner Brothers problem with making a proper Green Lantern movie? Are they still so scared from that time they tried it with Ryan Reynolds?
That's what everybody. Okay, so that's what everybody was so upset with them about because they were like, "Where's the green?
Mm-hmm.
Where's all the green in the lanterns, man?" And Damon Lindelof, who's one of the masterminds of the show Lost. You ever heard of it, Sherm?
Yeah.
This guy had to apologize recently because he apparently went on a podcast and said saying Green Lantern is dumb. And then people are like, okay, he said a thing, it's a dumb thing, but we'll let it slide until the trailer comes out. Trailer comes out, all you really see is the Green Lantern, but everything is drab and brown.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is giving me the fucking WB fucking shows Heroes vibe, like fucking what were they? Like Green Arrow? No, not Green
Green
Arrow.
Arrow, Flash, yep.
Yeah.
Bad shows that started off pretty good and then went into very, very bad.
Yeah,
So
like why can't we just get like it's been enough time. If someone makes a joke about the old Green Lantern, you just brush it off. You can fucking survive. Like I enjoyed the fucking the Green Lanterns and fucking Superman or the one guy. I mean,
yeah, Nathan Fillion.
yeah, he was a fucking shit, but like I understood that that's the point. It's like watching a heel in wrestling. You're supposed to be mad at them. Like
But
if you're not mad at them, they're not doing their job right. He was playing his character perfectly.
exactly.
So like,
So
why are we scared to make a Green Lantern movie? You could fucking do the Green Lantern Corps. You could do the other Lantern Corps. You could do so much cool shit with it. But instead, you're like, yeah, we're gonna fucking stick these two lanterns in a fucking rinky-dink town and have a murder mystery. That's fucking stupid.
yeah, these are space cops. That it's a
Yeah.
space opera. They're the Black Lanterns of death and the White Lantern of the life spectrum and stuff. What? What?
Hey, all the fucking Lantern cores are cool. Can just fucking make me some fucking bullshit. Like I don't know the fucking entire backstory. It doesn't gotta be fucking perfect. You can definitely make it better than that Ryan Reynolds piece of shit.
Yeah, you could. Okay, so he did have here's a quote by Damon Lindelof himself. It's called Lanterns because we all agreed that the green was stupid, so now it's just Lantern. That comment came to bite him back in the ass because there is this comic book writer, right? And he's one of my favorite comic book writers. He's a pretty infamous and influential comic book writer that the Wachowskis actually have never openly said that they have, but The Matrix is kind of ripped off one of his comics, right? Anyways, this guy in comics is one of the like British godfathers of the 80s and 90s and 2000s, right?
Mhm.
Grant Morrison. He's written some amazing comics over the years, along with Alan Moore, wizard extraordinaire. But here's Grant Morrison's quote about why Damon Lindelof's comments were stupid. TV writer and producer Damon Lindelof's comments notwithstanding, the green in Green Lanterns is not stupid. Why does a writer attach himself to this kind of narrative if he thinks it's fundamentally stupid? Like what? Why would you make this show if you think the green in Green Lanterns is stupid?
I don't know, because you just got attached to the project and you had to do an interview and you didn't want to do the interview, so you just said the first thing out of your fucking head where you were like, yeah, the color's not important to the lantern. They're just lanterns. They're a guiding light, but like, it's not a green light, so whatever. It's like so fucking stupid. What are we doing?
Literally.
What are we doing?
He ends it by saying, "What is this jockish dismissal of the superhero conventions intended to prove anyway? The only people who give a fuck about the Lantern TV series are Green Lantern fans. Why do you alienate them from the start? That feels stupid." And I agree with him.
Yeah,
Dude,
absolutely.
dude, okay, and you know why the only reason they dropped this Lanterns trailer is because that shit got leaked.
Yeah.
So, and then Lindelof apologized to Grant Morrison and all comic fans, going, "I've been a Green Lantern fan my whole life, and I've actually been wanting to work on this property forever. I'm
I
sorry I
know.
said that was stupid. I was trying to make a joke, and I see the error of my ways." It's like, all right, it's too late, man.
Yeah, I'll probably never watch your Lantern program now. Congratulations.
Yeah, you've now alienated me, a Green Lantern fan. Dude, I have the three Green Lantern omnibuses by who's that writer? He's a good writer. He basically rebooted Green Lantern in the mid 2000s.
Man, I'm not even a comic book fan. I fucking love the Green Lantern. I used to back in the day, way before you ever started at our last job. I had two comic book fans, and when we were out at the place, like the tractor cab, when we were out there,
Yeah.
I would just sit there and fucking bullshit with them, and they would tell me all these stories about these fucking most of they were DC guys for the most part, from what I remember. So I would be
Yeah.
like. I'd be like, yeah, fucking, I love the Green Lantern. And then they're like, oh yeah, the fucking Lantern cores are fucking sick. Because I think, oh, what was? I think it was Injustice that had come out. So I was like, so what's the deal with the big red lantern and the fucking cat? And they're like,
Oh,
well,
Atrocitus.
yeah, they're like, well, actually, the cat's the fucking person that wears the ring or some shit. And I was like, that's fucking cool. Explain more. And they're like, yeah, fucking blah 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 blah. Fucking red lanterns are fucking sick. And I'm like, that sounds awesome.
Yep, the Red Lanterns of Hate. Dude, Dexstar, that cat, he was beaten up, stabbed, I think, put into a bag and thrown out a window into the ocean, and a Red Lantern just happened to be nearby. And that cat was so pissed that that Red Lantern was like, "Hey, you're full of hatred. Will you accept me?" And the cat was like, yeah. The difference between a Red Lantern and all the other lanterns is that you can never take off a Red Lantern ring. They've retconned it, but for the most part, you shouldn't take off a Red Lantern ring because it like infuses with your heart. So if you take the ring off, kills you.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what a cool concept. And
That's
there's a mat. Yeah,
that's fucking sick.
it's a cat with with a red lantern ring. And then there's just this big hulking guy who's just angry too, and he spits like red venom out. That's poisonous, I think. Cool.
I love when we have ridiculous characters that are played completely straight. Like, yeah, if I was to fucking go to the next version of the Green Lantern movie and a fucking cat walks on screen with a fucking ring on its fucking paw or whatever, and they made like no one made a stupid dumb joke about fucking it being a cat, and they just played it completely straight because the Green Lantern was like fearful for his life. That's fucking sick. I love it when they do shit like that.
It's ridiculous, but it's amazing.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Like you as a watcher, like you're drawn in because you're like, okay, like despite how ridiculous this looks to me, like this is fuck, man, I lost it. I had a point. Fucking can't figure it out.
No, you're good. The point is, ridiculousness is comic books things. So when you try to play them straight, you're not only losing the fans, but you're also losing the general audiences that are like, why do people even like this?
No, but it's like I'd rather no, I like it when they play it straight. I like it when a character is so outrageous, but like it's played completely straight because it's like, okay, this lets me know that I like, despite how ridiculous this looks, this character is terrifying, I guess. Like
Yeah,
if you saw the Red Lantern cat walk on screen and no one fucking laughed or made a dumb joke, you're like, oh, this is a fucking situation that just happened. Even though this looks ridiculous, it's just a cat with a ring on. Like this is a big thing. Like that kind of shit's cool to me because it's like you're taking something so ridiculous and making it something so like imposing in the narrative. That's good. I like that. I like when you do that.
dude, that's true. I'm down with that. I was gonna say, yeah, when I first saw them put Dexstar in Injustice, I was like, no way they put the cat into the fucking game. I was like, that's crazy. But that's silly, but it's cool. I love that shit.
Yeah, because it's like if they can pull off something so ridiculous and play it completely straight, it's like somehow more I don't know if powerful is the right word, but it is like a stronger reaction you have to it because you're just like, oh yeah, this is fucking stupid, but everyone else fucking understands that the cat is a fucking problem.
Yeah, it's like
I love that. It's
like
okay. Okay, here, this just popped in my head. It's kind of like how characters in One Piece are sometimes, where you're just like, this dude's a fucking goober, but then like everyone else fucking pays him the utmost respect because they understand how strong he is. And it's like, okay, like yeah, he may look like a fucking weirdo, but obviously he's fucking important to the story. I'm gonna fucking pay attention. Like they fucking
Queen comes to mind for me.
yeah, Queen, King, fucking Jack, all of them. I mean, those are like those do look imposing to me, so they were never that outrageous. I mean, Queen is a little bit goofy, but
Yeah.
he has his moments where he's also serious.
What about the giraffe guy? I don't know, I forget his name.
Oh, I fucking love Kaku.
Yeah, Kaku. It's ridiculous, but like he's just a giraffe.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a little farther away from the same feeling I would get if they put Dexter in something. Because it's like, well, they are still making jokes. Like, Zoro is joking that he's a fucking giraffe.
Oh,
Like,
true.
I'm trying to think, like, maybe Bon Clay, when he's first introduced, is part of Baroque Works. Because you're just like, oh, this is just a fucking dude that's dressed in like a swan outfit. Like,
Swan outfit, yeah.
this is the most ridiculous character, but then he shows his power to Luffy and the crew, and you're just like, oh, yeah, this guy could be terrifying if, like, he does some nefarious shit.
And then he becomes one of the best side characters in that arc, just
Dude,
for no reason.
you don't get these kind of moments because you don't try and fucking convert people to the One Piece religion like I do. I managed to get somebody to watch One Piece, and they were talking to me through no, not Water 7, it must have been Alabasta. They were talking to me through Alabasta, and I was just like, yo, what do you think about Mr. Two, huh? And they're like, he's fine, he's kind of goofy. And I'm just like, what if I told you that's going to be one of your favorite characters by the end of Marineford? And he's just like, I'll believe it when I see it. And then
Yeah.
I messaged him later about it, and he's just like, you were right. That guy is awesome. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know how Oda did it. I don't know how Oda made me fucking emotional over an effeminate guy dressed in a fucking swan outfit, but he fucking did it.
He did it. Yeah, dude. I hope that trailer for Lanterns, I hope that's just the first episode and then they just fuck off to space. I really hope so, because I can't do 8 episodes of them in a little rinky dinky town trying to solve a murder mystery. I can't do it, man.
I have bad news. It's probably not gonna be what you want.
I'm gonna be so sad.
Did you ever
Speaking
watch
of
that? Did you ever watch the fucking Titans show? Was that any good?
Titans, oh,
Yeah, the live
DC
action.
Titans.
Yeah, the live action DC Titans.
The first season is a solid 6, up there with Zack Snyder cut. The second season was really bad that I actually stopped watching altogether.
See,
So,
okay, so here's how my mind works. I asked you about Titans, and you said, so the first season? And I went, oh no. Like, I have to watch multiple seasons of this fucking thing? God damn it, man.
and here's the thing, we do get Purple Raven, and then we get White Raven in her white robes. Starfire is played by an African American actress, but she is doing her job. She looks like Starfire. Plus, also, canonically, Starfire is orange in the comics. Like, she has orange skin.
That is
I
true.
won't hear of it, so people need to chill.
Wait, does Blackfire show up?
Yes, actually, she does.
Sick.
But the only reason I remember it being so bad because the entire first episode where Trigon is coming, right? Trigon. And then he gets resolved in the
Yeah.
first episode of the second season. And then I was like, are we for real? And then there's
Zero.
there's this whole other bullshit in regards to Jason Todd and Batman and all this. And then, yeah, the Starfire stuff, it felt so bloated. I just stopped watching.
Does fucking Slade slash Deadshot show up?
Yes, and he actually looks really good in Titans. He's really good in Titans.
Sick.
Unfortunately.
I'm glad we wasted that on fucking DC show.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I was an early adopter to DC Universe, now rebranded as DC Infinite, which
Yeah.
was they had come out with an app and it was like you can read comics, there's also a DC shop, and then here are our new TV shows. Titans, Swamp Thing, and Harley Quinn animated show. Later on, they got Stargirl in there, and then apparently that was a very bad idea because they immediately canceled Swamp Thing, which was the strongest out of all of those shows. And they Doom Patrol was also a banger. In fact, that's the show that helped Brendan Fraser revive his career because he voices the character Robot, but he's not doing the motions. That's somebody else. But he voices the character Robot. So that kind of helped him get his foot back into Hollywood. So that was pretty cool. But that one was the best. That Doom Patrol is the best show out of all of the stuff that came out because Swamp Thing gets left hanging so bad only because they shortened it from I think 12 episodes to 10. So they completely canceled the 11th episode and told them to wrap everything up in the 10th one. There was just no way. They had set up too much plot in the first few episodes,
Right.
and then it's over. So it was crazy.
Yeah.
And then Warner Brothers had to go throw all of that onto HBO Max. We need content. We're coming out with a new app. It's going to be called HBO Max. We need stuff, and they just threw it onto that.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I it sucks. Like DC doesn't know what they're doing. Warner Brothers doesn't know what they're doing. Look, they just got bought out. They just got bought out again. In my lifetime, I think they've been bought and sold 4 times.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, one final thing before I go. Have you seen any of the Higuruma animation from JJK season 3?
No. Is he back?
Well, this would have been his first time showing up because you remember he's like at the beginning of the Calling Games.
Oh, Higuruma.
Higuruma,
The lawyer?
Yeah, the lawyer. My favorite fucking character from JJK. You think
Yeah.
that's a joke? That's real. I love Higuruma so much.
No, I do know that. Higuruma was a cool character, remember? Remember how when we were getting just a chapter of, hey, this guy's one of the best sorcerers around. Yeah, but don't worry about him.
Yeah, when we were throwing people at the meat grinder that was Sukuna.
Yeah. My favorite part about that was how 1 second. Are you thinking of a character from a different
Are you thinking of
favorite
Higuruma from hit show Jujutsu Kaisen, better known as Sorcery Fight?
Yeah, sorcery fight. No, my favorite part about when they were like, when everybody was throwing, every character to this meat grinder was how they went, oh yeah, Higuruma, he just awakened to his skill, and honestly, he's already a natural. If only he could hone his ability. But there he goes. There he goes. Into the meat grinder.
In this moment, Higuruma has become more powerful than any sorcerer known to man, except for Satoru Gojo, of course.
Yeah, and then it's so stupid. Fire round Sonic 4 is announced. Round of applause.
Yeah, Jim Carrey continues to only do work for Sonic.
The only work he'll do.
That man retired at the end of Sonic 2 and was like, "Yeah, I'll come back. Yeah, you just keep paying me. I'll come back."
Fire round. Netflix is making an Ass Creed show. Going to be set 1,000 years before the Ezio trilogy.
I mean,
in Rome.
1,000 years before Ezio. Why do I feel like that's before Altair?
I think it's even before him, but it's after all of the Egypt, Greece, and Viking stuff. No, maybe not the Viking stuff.
Well, I guess they've rewritten it because like Altair used to be the originator, or like he was the first assassin, but with the guy from Origins and the other guy from the Viking one, they're probably going farther back. I don't know.
Yeah. And then in regards to video games, Starfield is getting a PlayStation release, and Bravely Default got put on Xbox for whatever reason, but not PlayStation. You know, a place where lots of people play JRPGs.
Wait, you're telling me that Starfield hasn't been available on PlayStation?
Correct.
That seems insane to me. I thought that would have been day and day with the PC version.
No, in fact, if I remember correctly, Todd Howard was not Todd Howard, but I think Phil Spencer was like, Starfield is going to be an Xbox exclusive killer app. It's going to be our Fallout, our Skyrim, specifically for Xbox.
Microsoft owns fucking the Fallout studio, right?
Correct. They bought all of Bethesda.
Okay, that's why. Okay, that makes sense.
So I don't know if you're. Yeah,
I forgot they acquired Bethesda at a certain point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if you remember that, but they did buy Bethesda. They were talking about making all of the Bethesda stuff, all the Activision stuff, like Xbox exclusive. All the Xbox bros were like doing the L over the forehead, laughing at Sony fanboys, and then they were like, "Oh no, we're still gonna keep releasing stuff on Sony consoles. Are you crazy?"
I mean, it would be kind of stupid not to.
Yeah. And then, like I said, they somehow release Bravely Default on Xbox, but not PlayStation, which seems like the wrong choice, but I guess.
Yeah.
I could just play it on Nintendo if I wanted to.
Right. Yeah, it's fine.
But that's really about it. Everything that I've seen anyways. Those were the most interesting things I saw last week today. Other than that, you haven't seen anything or heard anything else in the past few days that you want to talk about?
Can't say I have.
Okay. Well, hey man, I appreciate you being up with me this late. I know I got on pretty late, but I was doing the work.
Yeah, it's all right. All right, well, I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, me too, man. Everyone like and subscribe. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.